Coming up tonight on Middle Tennessee News, the Laverne police need your help in finding 2 robbery suspects. And a stolen U-Haul from Alabama finds its way to Lebanon.
And one of our own MTN reporter brings a brand new segment to Middle Tennessee News with everything lifestyle and entertainment. All those stories plus your local weather and sports. Middle Tennessee News starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Dylan Simmons.
And I'm Kara Fullington. Welcome to Middle Tennessee News. A deadly house fire in Rutherford County is under investigation. A man and his 3 dogs are dead as a result of a house fire on Thursday night on Snell Road in Rutherford County. When fire rescue arrived at the scene, a man was still in the house and was declared dead. At this time, the name of the victim has not been yet released to the public, as officials are working to notify family members. At the scene, a firefighter sustained injuries and is now in recovery. The fire is under investigation by the Rutherford County Fire Marshal Office as well as the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office.
A middle school was under a code red lockdown due to a Rutherford County student. A student is being charged by law enforcement due to bringing a handgun to Laverne Middle School. When the student was found with a handgun, Laverne Middle School put themselves under a code red lockdown while they waited for officials to handle the situation. The unloaded confiscated weapon is now in police possession. After law enforcement apprehended the student, Laverne Middle School's lockdown was released and they continued their day.
2 vehicles involved in a near-fatal car crash. The Murfreesboro Police Department Fatal Accident Crash Team spent hours investigating a crash that took place on Northwest Broad Street at around 1 p.m. on Friday. Investigators say that speed may have been a pivotal factor. The 2 vehicles collided directly in front of the Price Auto Sales store as a box truck was exiting the parking lot. Investigators believe that the box truck was attempting to turn left as a Dodge Charger was heading eastbound and hit the truck. Both men were threatened on the scene and they were airlifted to the hospital and are both in critical condition.
A Murfreesboro native cooked up a big win. Local chef Alex Ballou won this season of the popular reality TV show Hell's Kitchen. Ballou beat out chefs from all over the country and was shocked at his eventual win. His experience at his own restaurant helped lead him to victory. Dallas and Jane is located right here in Murfreesboro and is owned and operated by Ballou. Ballou received $250,000 as his prize for winning Hell's Kitchen. Murfreesboro welcomes home Chef Ballou with this big win.
A stolen U-Haul was recovered by police over the weekend. The Lebanon Police Department found the 20-foot-long moving truck off South Hartman Drive. The officers were able to make contact with the driver of the vehicle as well as a passenger. The driver has been identified as an Alabama native, Anthony Gator. Gator has been taken into custody and will be facing local charges. The passenger will also be facing unrelated charges.
The Laverne Police Department is asking for community assistance. They need help in identifying 2 suspects involved in a robbery on February 2nd. The 2 men entered the Laverne Beverage Depot, and while one man distracted the employees, the other stole a large sum of cash from the business office. The 2 men left the area in a gray 2013 Hyundai Sonata with an Alabama license plate. If identified, they will be charged with burglary and theft of property. Anyone with any information should contact Detective Steve Krotz at 615-287-8647.
The Rutherford County Chamber of Commerce celebrated Middle Tennessee Electric's president and CEO as their business person of the year. Chris Jones was awarded the honor at the Chamber's business at its best celebration on February 7th. Jones was behind the effort to provide broadband services to rural areas. Jones has been a part of Middle Tennessee Electric for 24 years and has been an active member in the Rutherford and Williamson counties, holding 3 many chair and board positions for Rutherford and Williamson Chamber of Commerce and the Tennessee Chamber of Commerce.
And now Mary Beth Bangrum joins us with our first look at the weather. Mary Beth, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Dylan. Let's get right into it. It's currently 64 degrees here in Murfreesboro, so that means we've reached the estimated high for the day. The surrounding counties are pretty similar right now. Mount Juliet and Shelbyville's highs are also 64 degrees. Woodbury is just behind at 63 degrees. Manchester and Smithville's predicted highs are 61, and McMinnville is the lowest at 45, thanks to their 68% chance of rain. That's all I have right now. Back to you, Dylan.
Thanks, Mary Beth. Still ahead on Middle Tennessee News, an artist seminar performed by MTSU honor students will paint a unique portrait, and Izzy Gutierrez will give us the inaugural edition of a brand new MTN segment. That's coming up next on Middle Tennessee News.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, welcome to
Murfreesboro is
MTN
filled with
Lifestyle.
new creators in the entertainment industry. Our own MTN reporter Izzy Gutierrez fills us in with our local pop culture update.
Welcome to MTN Lifestyle and Entertainment. My name is Izzy Gutierrez, and this is our new weekly segment where I'll be showcasing an MTSU student or local Nashville creator. This week, I got to catch up with one of my good friends, Makai, who's a new DJ here in Murfreesboro. Take a look.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, baby.
This is Makai Tesley, and although he's DJing in an empty room, it's usually filled with party
Let me
guests.
hear y'all make some noise. One day, a friend of mine asked me to DJ at her birthday party. We DJ'd it, and people were posting about it, and they were like, yo, pull up here, this place is lit. And then it just got massive.
21, can you do something?
Makai's only been DJing for 2 months, and it started right here.
So this is actually the living room of my apartment. It's me and my 3 roommates.
He even uses his kitchen table and TV to produce music.
This every single time, yo. 2023, I want to be a lot more consistent with my engineering. I want to have a strong base of clients on engineers.
Norman Bates with the 8s, I'ma go psycho. Laundromat with the 10.
Makai had his first few viral parties, his career is booming.
One place I do it is at like a golf club. I've also done some graduation parties. I've been paid to do other people's house parties. Those are pretty fun. And then I also DJ'd at a few coffee shops as well.
Makai is looking forward to spinning into 2023.
I love creating moments that someone can remember and hold on to for forever.
Izzy Goody, Middle Tennessee News. Make sure you check Makai out on his Instagram at Makai Tesley and look for him around at some Murfreesboro parties. Next week, stay tuned for another segment where I'll be catching up with the local filmmaker, Marco Hernandez. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Izzy, for catching us up. I hope to see Makai DJ at some upcoming events, and I'm looking forward to other stories you bring us in the future. Izzy will be joining us every week with a new story on a different MTSU student.
Honor students at Middle Tennessee State University encourage you to join them for a new special event. You are formally invited to watch the Visiting Artist Seminar final event, the Post-American Dream. The students will stage an evening of scenes to reflect the moods of today as shown by the ideas and beliefs of this time. All of the scenes were written, acted, and directed by the seminar students. The show will take place on Tuesday, February 14th from 5:30 to 7:30 in the Honors Building, room 106. Admission is free, and the students hope to see you there.
MTSU is introducing their spring lecture series, which will help students expand their critical thinking when hearing from faculty and outside experts. Life writing is a concept developed by professors and Honors Associate Dean Philip Phillips. Life writing includes many different ways to tell a life story, like biographies, autobiographies, and more. It takes place every Monday at 3 p.m. through April 3rd in the Paul W. Martin Senior Honors Building. This lecture series is free and open to the public.
The Rutherford County Sheriff's Department has a warning for everyone. A scammer has been posing as police. A scammer has been reported calling as Deputy Chief Kevin and asking for gift cards. The Sheriff's Department wants everyone to know and remember that they will never call asking for cash or gift cards for any reason. The woman who got the call knew it was a scam and reported it immediately. The best thing for anyone to do who is called by this kind of scam is to hang up.
This year's Unity Luncheon at MTSU honored a number of unsung heroes. The event included several presentations, including a nod this year's Black History Month themed Resistance. President Sidney McPhee addressed the audience by affirming his stance on the racist graffiti found in a dormitory. Memphis attorney and Councilman J.B. Smiley also spoke to the 250 attendees by telling them to continue to confront the inequalities they may face. February is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. In 2010, the U.S. Congress declared the month of February to be both the month of love and awareness for teen dating violence. As a continuation of last year's theme, Talk About It, this year's theme is Be About It. The goal is to bring more open communication about the epidemic of relationship violence. According to the Love is Respect website, 1 in 3 teenagers will experience dating violence in their lifetime.
And now Mary Beth Mangrum is back with tonight's forecast. Mary Beth, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Dylan. Middle Tennessee is full of sun today, unless you're located in McMinnville. They're the only county with any chance of rain today, so plan accordingly. Tonight, we can expect lows in the 30s for all of our counties. Mount Juliet and Woodbury will have the warmest lows at 38 degrees. Murfreesboro, Manchester, and Shelbyville aren't far behind with lows of 37. Smithville will have a low of 36, and McMinnville will have the biggest drop with a low of 33. McMinnville will also have the most humidity tonight at 87%. We'll get to take a look at our 5-day forecast for Murfreesboro soon. Let's send it back to Dylan.
Still ahead on Middle Tennessee News, Mary Beth will join us with our full 5-day forecast, and we have Matthew Hayden in the MTN Sports Den with your update on all things Blue Raider athletics. Stick around.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we have Mary Beth with our 5-day forecast. Mary Beth, what has Mother Nature decided for us this week?
Thanks, Dylan. Let's see what the week ahead has for us. We'll start off our week with some sunshine and a high of 64, as I mentioned earlier. That's also what it feels like outside currently. With 0 chance of rain and wind speeds of only 9 miles per hour, Monday is a great day to get things done outside. Moving into Valentine's Day, it seems the sun will disappear, but don't worry, lovebirds. You're getting a 2-degree increase this day with a high of 66. Tuesday is when we start to see some chances of rain moving in this week, so fingers crossed you won't have to rain check your date nights. Wednesday remains cloudy with a high of 71 and a low of 62. And our chance of rain will stick around, but expect warmer weather to come. And Thursday, that's whenever we're going to be seeing all of that rain finally hit us. You might want to try and schedule your week around this day specifically. Wind speeds will vary throughout the day from 10 to 20 miles per hour. Expect thunderstorms, and there is potential that they may get severe. We close out the week on Friday with partly cloudy skies and far less chances of rain. This day will be our calm after the storm, with a high of 42 degrees and a low of 23 degrees. Come back on Wednesday for our midweek forecast and hopefully some more updates on that upcoming thunderstorm. That's all I have for you tonight. Let's send it back to Dylan.
Thank you, Mary Beth. Well, it's certainly an exciting world of sports we live in. When we come back, Matthew Hayden is over in the MTN Sports Den, and he will have an update on a dynamite weekend for the Blue Raiders after the break. Make sure to stick around.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the
Oh,
waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Or maybe it's just the little moments. I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin. But I'm gonna drive home. There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Matthew Hayden here at the MTN Sports Den. Let's jump right into the action. Last night, the Kansas City Chiefs secured the Lombardi Trophy with a 38-35 victory over the Philadelphia Eagles. With the victory, this marks another former Blue Raider athlete securing his second Super Bowl ring. Linebacker Darius Harris played 4 years at MTSU. He is now the second former Blue Raider to have multiple rings in the NFL as he places his name alongside former defensive back Don Griffin. Now, for the current athletes at MTSU, let's get cooking with the men's tennis team. The men started their weekend at the Adams Tennis Complex with their lone CUSA matchup on their schedule with the Rice Owls. The Raiders brought the brooms out at the ATC as they swept the Owls out of Murfreesboro with a 7-0 victory Friday night. The team then headed to an old stomping ground of head coach Jimmy Borndame in Blacksburg, Virginia to take on the Virginia Tech. The men kept the birds out once again as they swept the Hokies with a 4-0 victory on Sunday. The trip to Tech saw number 80 Stein Slump take down Virginia Tech's number 60 Ryan Fishbeck. The team is now back home as they will face the Oklahoma State Cowboys on Friday at 5 p.m. Then they follow that up with a doubleheader from the Southern Methodist Mustangs Sunday at noon, and then the Austin Peay Governors at 5 p.m. You can catch this all live on CUSA.TV or the MTN Sports YouTube channel. Now, on to women's tennis, as they look to also defend the ATC this weekend as well. The Tennessee State Tigers took a trip down the Interstate 24 last Friday to take on the Lady Raiders. The Lady Raiders protected their home as they took down the Tigers by a score of 5-2. Two freshmen made their Blue Raider debut as we saw the first glimpse of Camila Barragon and Karen Yerbiern. Head coach Teo Bailey Duvall was wanting to see what the freshmen had in store with their squad and to get some more looks for future matchups lines. The Blue Raiders look to keep their home winning streak alive as they will take on the Murray State Racers Friday at 1 p.m. at ATC. Then they will head to Nashville to take on the Lipscomb Bisons Sunday at 3 p.m. You can catch Friday's home matchup on CUSA.TV or on the MTN Sports YouTube channel. We move on to Blue Raiders basketball as the men took a road trip around the South this past weekend. The Blue Raiders' first stop was up in Bowling Green to face off against the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. The Raiders played a solid game, but the downfall of the squad came at the free throw line as WKU shot 27 of 29 at the line compared to a 9 of 14 for the Raiders, leading to a 93-89 victory for the Hilltoppers. They then went down to Birmingham to take on the UAB Blazers. The woes continued as the Raiders only eclipsed 22 points in the first half and missed all 8 3-point attempts. They rebounded in the second half, but in the efforts were not enough as they dropped the game 92-69. The Raiders are back at the Murphy Center this weekend to face the FAU Owls Thursday at 6 p.m. and then the FIU Panthers Saturday at 5 p.m. You can catch Thursday's game on the CBS network and Saturday's game on ESPN+. The Lady Raiders rebounded from the trip down to El Paso last week with some big wins at the Glass House this past weekend. The Lady Raiders were back home for 2 CUSA matchups at the Murphy Center. They started off with a win over bitter rival Western Kentucky by a score of 94-81. The star of the contest was senior guard Savannah Wheeler, as she shot 11 of 16 from the field alongside a 13 of 15 from the charity stripe to be the leading scorer of the game with a whopping 37 points. Then on Saturday, the Lady Raiders welcomed the UAB Blazers with another controlling victory by a score of 63-42. Once again, Savannah Wheeler led the squad with 20 points alongside dominating the glass with a team-leading 9 rebounds. The Lady Raiders will now head down to Florida with a matchup against Florida Atlantic on Thursday, the 16th at 6 p.m. and then the FIU Panthers on Saturday, the 18th at 11 a.m. Guys, back to you.
Thank you for joining us tonight on Middle Tennessee News. I'm Kira Fullington, joined by Dylan Simmons, Matthew Hayden, and Mary Beth Mangrum. If you missed this or any show, you can watch them on our website, middletennesseenews.net.
Make sure to follow us on all our social media sites on Facebook/Middle Tennessee News or at Middle TN News on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We'll see you on Wednesday for our next show.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.